Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock by request, where it's a review of the movie Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. And this request comes to us from fellow YouTuber Tyler2071. Oh lordy, yep, Freddy's back. As you see right there, it says the man of your dreams is back. And this time, instead of torturing some poor young teenage girl, he's torturing a poor young teenage boy named Jesse. Jesse and his family decide that they're going to move into the house where Nancy and her parents once lived at, and sometime after they move in there, Jesse starts having multiple nightmares, and his pet birds start exploding, and all kinds of weird stuff happens in this movie. In fact, there's a point where Jesse is going to try and go to a pool party, and that goes wrong, and his best friend gets killed because, well, Freddy is possessing Jesse and trying to make everything seem like Jesse is causing all these murders, including his coach being tied up by a jump rope and beaten to death by volleyballs. Well, that didn't really happen, but Freddy got him. Jesse's best friend getting killed in his own room. So yeah, it's one of those kind of movies where nobody believes that the long thought dead killer is back from the dead doing all this nonsense, and yeah. So yeah, pretty much by the end of the movie, Jesse is reunited with his girlfriend Lisa, who saves his butt because Lisa professes her love for Jesse, and then Freddy turns into ash. Jesse rises like a phoenix from Freddy's ashes, which I think that's not a phoenix in the background, but I guess it was supposed to be sort of an indication as towards the end of this movie. And everything seems alright. Then they're back on the bus, which goes horribly, horribly wrong because Jesse, Lisa, and Carrie are talking at the back of the bus. Carrie says it's all over now, but Carrie gets Freddy's glove through her, and everything goes just bad from there. And the bus winds up driving around in some sort of a field. Kind of reminds me of when I used to ride a bus when I was going to high school. And the movie ends. Okay. A lot of weird background stuff on this movie. I don't really want to give away too much about it, but I do want to recommend the documentary Never Sleep Again, and you may kind of get an indication as to what I'm talking about with sort of the strange background to this movie. But yeah. So yeah, I didn't really care much for this movie. I thought the first one was an awesome classic. Well, I did. The remake, I have no interest or desire to see the remake because I think honestly they totally screwed it up. There have been some pretty good Nightmare on Elm Street sequels and some that were not all that good. This one I really was not all that impressed with. And a lot of fans feel that this was an inferior sequel. Most people liked Part 3. In fact, I've talked to a lot of people about which Nightmare on Elm Street movie was their favorite, and most of them say 3. Whereas mine is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Although 4 and 5 were pretty good. Just a thought. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, it was a whole lot different than the first one. We have a male lead hero. Pipes must be backed up again. We have a male lead hero instead of a female hero. And, yeah. So, like I said, the first one was good. This one, it just seemed like that they were just going all out to try and make this extremely weird and really bad. So, yeah, it's such a shame that this movie had to be made. And it was only made because the movie studios said that there's going to be a sequel, whereas Wes Craven never intended any sequels to be done to this movie, sort of like John Carpenter with Halloween. John Carpenter didn't want to do any sequels to Halloween, but unfortunately he was kind of forced into doing it. So, Oh, Wes Craven, you poor, poor man. He went from doing this series to the Scream series, and yeah, I've already reviewed all 4 Scream movies, and yeah. So, there you have it. A review of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. I don't even know what... I thought Freddy's Revenge was in the first one. Special thanks to fellow YouTuber Tyler2071, and if you like, go check out his videos and hit that subscribe button on his channel. And if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that didn't quite give you nightmares, but it did kind of make you not want to sleep for a couple of days... Trust me, the last movie that did that to me was the Care Bears movie. Send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Until next time, for Doc Schlock, by request, stay strong, rock on, and pleasant dreams.